Welcome back to the show. We're now joined by head men's soccer coach Phil Heinsohn. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, you've played just one game since we talked to you last week when we previewed the show, and unfortunately it was a close 1-0 loss to Mount Olive. Yeah. Now that you've had a few days removed from the loss, is there anything as a coach that you would have done differently to get your team ready, or you kind of look back and think we're going to do something different moving forward?
As far as looking back, no, we did everything I think we could do. We were prepared, we were very cautious. I'm a very cautious person, so I never ever take for granted just because we've had success in the past doesn't mean you're going to have success now. Mm-hmm. You know, they were much improved. We saw them play, and I was concerned when I saw them play because they've got a lot of experience. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're just much more talented than in the past. So from that standpoint, I knew there was concerns because our team is very young right now. As far as moving forward, I think we're going to change some things. We're going to change our system because we've played 4 games now, including pre-season, and it's not defensively. It's not working for us. It's the same system we've played in the last 3 years, which we've had success. Mm-hmm. But for the group that we have right now, it doesn't seem to be working defensively. And we've built our program. The success we've had has been based on our defensive shape. So we've actually changed the last couple of days in training. So we're looking forward to trying that.
Well, you were quoted after the game as saying you have a very young team.
Yeah.
Where do you think that inexperience lies, and who's going to make the biggest strides this season?
Well, if you look at our group that we started, for the 11 players that started the game, 7 of them were, as far as soccer-wise, they were either freshman or sophomore. So that's a lot to have in any team. So we're asking a lot of guys to do a lot of things. I mean, we started, Hayden Poles, who just came in, Tom Devitt, Nathan Ledge, Kenneth Perkinson, Branko Tice, who was, he's a junior school-wise, he's a sophomore soccer-wise. A couple other guys in there as well. So I think that inexperience is going to cause issues at the beginning. And even you've got some players that are not used to being in school all day and then suddenly going and play a game. You know what I mean? So those things can be an issue as well. So it just takes time. There's no button you can press and it's going to suddenly happen. So hopefully here in the next few games we'll start to see what we're capable of.
Well, you started the season on the road against Mount Olive. Do you feel it's hard to start the season with road games, especially when you're not in front of the home crowd with that home field advantage?
No, I mean I think the nature of our game is difficult every game because every team we play can beat us. Just like every team we play, we can beat them. So it's the games are very competitive, but I don't think that had any factor in it. The surface that we played on maybe had some factor because the surface was very poor, which obviously in soccer you're playing the ball on the ground, so that was difficult. But overall, playing on the road, I don't think that was too much of a big deal.
Well, let's highlight some of the performances from the game. You had solid numbers from Rico Latinen and Sam Miles, as well as Kenneth Perkinson in goal. But who else made an impact in the game that we didn't see in the numbers on the box score?
To be honest, very few players played to what they're capable of. As a group, we didn't play well. The guys are aware of that. It's not something we're harping on. We've got to improve moving forward. But really, other than Kenneth, I mean, Tom Devitt had quite a good game. Sam Miles, quite a good game. Really, other than that, it was a very individualistic performance where it's a team game, so we need to be more collectively better, and we'll improve. But yeah, overall, to be honest, there's not many players were above par.
Well, let's preview your next game before we meet with you again in a few weeks. You're going to open up at home on Wednesday to host Wingate. What are you expecting to see from them, and have you set a game plan for that desired victory? Yeah,
we've set a game plan. We're going to put it in effect today in practice. We talked this morning about it. I've been working on it the last couple of days. They're very talented. 2 years ago, they were probably, if they hadn't played Lynn in the quarterfinal, they probably would have won the national championship. So they're talent-wise one of the most talented team in the region, one of the deepest team in the region, and I think not only the region but probably nationally as well. So it's going to be a difficult game. They're very big, they're very physical. They have 15, 18, 20 foreign players on the team, so it's going to be difficult. But I think we have a good game plan, and hopefully we'll improve. That's the main thing for us. We would like to win the game, but we've got to improve from our last performance.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show with us today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And thank you for watching this week's edition of the Black and Gold Report presented by Pepsi. Check out uncpbraves.com for regular season and single game football tickets for the 2014 Braves football season. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for more UNCP news and updates. And until next week, go Braves!